What is my favourite Harley Davidson motorcycle? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. Very quick video here. I kind of get asked on a regular basis, well, almost regular basis, by email, from people saying, well, what's your favourite Harley Davidson? Sometimes you're negative, sometimes you're positive. You know, what's your deal? You know, people poking again. And, well, I suppose the simple answer is that I have quite a few of my favourite Harley Davidsons. I don't like them all. I've never claimed to like them all. In fact, some I really don't like at all. But some I really like, and some I really like. So I suppose the answer to this question is the ones that I really like. Those are my top three of the Harley Davidsons that are currently available right now. So the first one, and I'm going to give you a little special mention as well. So the first one, of course, is the one that I own, the Sport Glide. Well, I wouldn't own it and I wouldn't continue to own it if I really didn't like it. So I suppose that's a bit of a no-brainer. But it's not necessarily my favourite or the one that I think is my favourite going forward. But as an all-round bike, I absolutely love it. And I still love riding it, you know, and, you know, short journeys, long journeys, just getting into town, going to work, going to the coast, whatever it is, it's just a great bike. And it's great from a practical point of view because I'm always carrying stuff with me. That's why the side boxes are quite important. But from a riding point of view, I still think it's one of the best riding softails. I know you've got the Lowrider S. I know you've got the Lowrider ST and all these other bikes that are great rides in terms of Harley Davidson, the modern Harleys. I'm not talking about the sound. I'm not talking about the engines per se. I'm just talking about the way they ride and the way they handle, especially the softails now, because obviously ever since the M8 softails came out with their monoshock rear suspension, they're just a much better ride. But when I first rode the Sport Glide, I mentioned this on numerous occasions, I was just amazed at how good it was. I went in there with the mentality thinking, oh, this is going to be a crap ride. But as soon as I started riding it, I thought, wow, this is amazing. This is really comfortable and it's really well balanced and it rides and it goes around a bend really easily, really nicely. So from that point of view, the Sport Glide is always going to be right at the top, or certainly within the top three. The other bike that I really like, and I really like riding and really like test riding it a couple of years ago as well, and I was thinking, do I really want to go this way? But I was umming and ahhing whether I was going to ditch the Sport Glide and go this way as well. Not a new one. I was going to go trade in for a used one. And this might surprise some of you, but it's the Road King Special. The Road King I really, really liked. And now, in its natural form, in terms of its naked form without the fairing, I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. But with a windscreen, with some kind of fairing on it, or put some kind of Memphis Shades fairing on it or something like that, I absolutely love that bike. I think it's fantastic. I really do like the Road King. And the more I rode it, the more I spoke to people, the more people, you know, offering their opinion on it, the more I kind of really liked it as well. And it's so much so that I rode it on numerous occasions, and quite a few other times I wasn't making videos. I just wanted to keep on riding it. And I suppose that's a good indication of whether a bike is right for you or not. Now, the other tourers that I rode, of course, the Street Glide. The Street Glide, you know, is great. It was fine. And if I was going to go for either that or the Road Glide, you know, it would be the Street Glide. The Road Glide, I just didn't like at all. I just didn't feel that it was okay. It was okay to ride, but it was just too much in front of me. And I like to see the road a lot more, and it was just too much. And my problem with the Road Glide and the Street Glide is more about the longevity, especially with this infotainment system in front of you, where how long is it going to be before that is outdated in terms of modern tech? So I'd rather not go with any infotainment system and have a bike that will last the test of time. Or in terms of its tech, a low-tech solution, I think for me, is always a much better option than a high-tech solution. Therefore, the Road King Special, I liked it, even though they haven't upgraded to the 117 engine and so on and so forth. I still think the Road King Special with the 114 is a great bike, and I absolutely love it. So, you know, if I was going to buy a tourer, I would definitely go for a Road King special, but it would have to have a different fairing or the windshield on it. In its naked form, I'm not so keen. But I suppose the bike that I've really grown to like over the last 2 or 3 years, and this is of the Harley Davidson, because there are other bikes of other manufacturers that I really, really like, okay? But we're talking about Harley Davidsons here. Which is the bike that I think is really, really something that I think, wow, yeah, I really like this bike. And it's going to surprise a lot of you, but it's maybe not, because if you watch my video on it when I test rode it, I was kind of thinking, wow, this is a great bike, right? And that's the Heritage Softail. I actually absolutely love that bike. The more I look at it and the more I think about it, I actually really like it. Now, there are a few styling issues. I know you could quickly change those, but I actually really, really like the bike. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I like the saddlebags in terms of the way they are, but also I like the way that they're top loading as well. And that's one of the problems that I have with my bike, that it's, you know, the boxes are open out to the side like this. So they're top loading. I like that. I just like the general look of it. I'm looking at a picture right now. But then I hear lots of other people talking about the Icon bikes. I've made a couple of videos about the Grey Ghost recently. And people talking about, so, well, actually, they should have made a Heritage Softail Icon bike. But then I'm thinking, well, they already made that bike, the Hydroglide Revival bike last year. But I can see what people are saying. If you take that platform, the Heritage Softail, and you could have used that, let's say, on the Grey Ghost a little bit more, you think, okay, that might have worked a little bit better. And I can see what the people are talking about there. I mean, I think as an all-round bike, the Heritage is a great bike. I've met quite a few people, you know, own them, who ride them, and I suppose especially since I test rode it as well. And, you know, they'll send me photos of their bike. They'll send me, you know, their write-ups on their bike. They'll send me what they feel about it. And it's always positive vibes from people who ride it. No, I suppose people aren't necessarily going to send me negativity about their bike that they ride, because otherwise they'd just get rid of it, wouldn't they? But it's always positive about the Heritage Softail. And I've got to say, I absolutely loved riding it. Great riding position, really, really comfortable. And I think if you're going to, I don't necessarily think it's the bike of choice if you're a solo rider, if you're doing short bar hop type rides, but it's certainly perfectly reasonable for that. What I do like about it is that it's possibly the only Softail that is really geared up towards two-up riding, comfortable two-up riding from the word go. Yeah, and I suppose you could change the seat as well and to make it even more comfortable. But I just like it. I like the fact that it's relatively low tech in terms of infotainment system. It's on a Softail. It's the Softail chassis, but it's got that touring capability. It's got wind protection. It looks cool as well. Give it the right tweak here and there. Give it the right color. I think it'd be an absolutely great bike. I mean, I love black on black bikes. I just love black bikes. And the Heritage Softail with the black frame, the black engine casing, and the black tins, I think it's just an awesome looking bike. I absolutely love it. And I've seen a few riding around as well, and I absolutely love it. So that's the one. If I had to say, okay, I'm going to put my money on this bike, it would be the Heritage right now. If I had to say, look, you know, somebody's going to give me a bike from a Harley Davidson, say, which Harley Davidson would you like right now to keep? And, you know, we're going to give it to you. It would be the Heritage Softail. So maybe that's a surprise quite a few people, because especially as I'm a sport glide rider, but I love my sport glide. It's definitely in my top 3. But in terms of the way I feel about certain bikes, those are my top 3. But the Heritage is marginally, but it sits at the top of the tree. Sport Glide next, and then Road King. Road King sits just below that. Now, one of the bikes that I've grown to like a lot more than I ever did before. And then, well, there's two, actually. There's two. One that's discontinued and one that's still really good. And this may surprise you as well, because I think in the past I've said I don't really like them, right? But the one right now, and I've kind of been talking about it a lot recently, because of the Grey Ghost Icon bike that's come out. But the Fat Boy, actually the standard Fat Boy, the 2025 Fat Boy, and 2024 as well, but you know, the latest Fat Boy, yeah, I think it's a cracking bike. Absolutely love looking at it. I would always steer away from the big fat rear tire anyway, but on that bike, I actually quite like it. It actually looks really good. So overall, the Fat Boy is that one out of left field. I think, actually, no, I've grown to like that. It's not my top three. It isn't the bike that I would naturally go to go and buy, but it's the one that I've grown in appreciation over the last few years. And so the other bike that I've really grown in appreciation over the last few years, and interestingly, when it was out, when it was first being sold, I just didn't like it at all. I thought, what a complete waste of time. But the more I've seen it over the years, the more I thought, well, I actually really like it. And that's the FXDR. And I know that's going to surprise a lot of people. But I really like that bike. I really like, now this again, solo riding. If I just want to have fun on that bike, that I kind of look at it and go, wow, you know, and I'm surprised they kind of discontinued it so early on. I thought we could have run a few more years as well. But the FXDR, I actually really like it. I know there's a bit of a following out there for this bike. And it's almost like this is the bike that Harley Davidson produced. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's like the bike that they don't want to talk about anymore. It's not, you know, they just kind of brush this one under the carpet. And I don't hear a lot of chatter out there from people talking about Harley Davidson, that FXDR. But I actually really like it. I think this is one of the bikes that I think if they were selling it now, and it was the bike that I thought, wow, you know, this brings something different in terms of styling and the way you want to ride, and you know, a bit of a hooligan element to it. Yeah, I like it. I like the look of it. I like the color on it. I like the way it was kind of performance package, which it wasn't really, you know. I think the problem is with its geometry and the way it rode was a little bit suspect at times. I know I rode it, but I wasn't at the time wasn't really sure, because in all fairness, I was blindsided by the Sport Glide by that point, and I was kind of thinking, wow, this is a great bike. I don't think I'd make a video on the FXDR, but I certainly rode it, and I thought it was a great bike. It's certain, the impression I got from it that I liked the looks of it more than like the way it rode. But there's you know, a few aftermarket things you could do with that bike, and some of the customized FXDRs out there, and the ones that they turned into kind of, you know, street racer bikes as well. They look great. They look absolutely great. So there you go. Those are the bikes from Harley Davidson that I absolutely really love. Those top three, but the Heritage Softail, I think, you know, the Heritage just sits right at the top of the tree for me right now. But the FXDR, I've got a real soft spot for that, which I never thought I would have when I first saw it. But there we go. And the Fat Boy, would you believe? That's the ones. I mean, there are a few others that I really don't like, and I won't go into those because that's all negative. We can't say that negative things about Harley Davidson, but it's all about being positive about the ones that I really like. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Am I wrong in liking these bikes? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what your favourite bikes are and why. And I suppose, let me know the bikes that you initially didn't like, but now you really like them. That's probably going to be the best one of all. Catch you on the next video, whenever that is. If you like what I do here, keep on watching the videos. And don't forget, you can go to the website, RevelatorAlf.com/books, the new look website for all the books that you can get, motorcycle books and all the other content as well. Right, and with that, I'm going to go and have some lunch. I'll catch you again. Bye now.